Alright, here's a patch preview video. You guys have been requesting these, and I'll do them. Nobody's gonna watch them, so I don't know why I'm doing this. I've already gone through all of it, so I'm just gonna do a quick thing. I already have all my jokes prepared. Azir, this scares me. It makes me weary of Ride's buffing of mages, and it makes me wary that Ride is buffing a mage who was 1v5ing all of 2 patches ago. This is a bug that's 3 years old. Reaffirms my position that Riot does not play melee champions because this is a 3-year-old bug. This is continuing Riot's famous tradition of pushing melee champions who they don't think are fit for top lane into the jungle. This is a long, proud tradition of Riot. Don't understand this? I actually don't understand this. I've seen this patch note about 4 or 5 times. Didn't work then. I don't think it's gonna work now. Riot decided that 36% win rate, which is effectively about as good as being in a 4v5. Maybe they should buff him a little bit. 25 damage off the auto win champion will reduce her win rate to auto win. So instead of being auto win, she will maintain auto win. Yeah, who would imagine giving a 1.5 second targeted stun that also does a 3 second, 80% slow to a mage? Who would have thought that that was a bad idea? This entire patch note I can summarize much quicker. Not Sejuani. He tries to be Sejuani, but he's not Sejuani. Therefore, pick Sejuani. Also an 80 mana spammable ability. I mean, shit, dude. Malphites. Where is it? Malphites is 70 mana. And you're gonna give him an 80 mana one? Who's got the mana for that? Oh, and they also nerfed his ability power ratio. Because AP Nautilus, man, he was gonna come and get us. Just like he did in Nam. This is a good change. I was tired of getting ticks for 100, which is 400 damage when I was playing Scion. Getting ticks, I just step on a trap and I take 400 damage late game. It's fucking stupid. Don't care. Shyvana was shit tier, and then they nerfed her hitbox, and then they nerfed her E. So this, combined with the Q buff earlier, reverts 2 nerfs, and so instead of being shit tier nerfed twice, she's now back to shit tier. Also, tank items suck. Yeah. Scion and Hecarim were the lone warriors challenging the mage dominance of top. With Scion struck down, we can see Hecarim's going to be nerfed next patch. Riot will still be clueless as to why these champions continue to be dominant, because all the bruisers that could all-in Hecarim and Scion have been nerfed to shit tier. Please buff Jax. 2 damage. 2 damage! 2 damage! 2 damage! 2 damage! I don't even get out of bed for... You know what really frustrates me about Skarner? Riot said, okay, hey guys, we need to add more levers and shit so that we can make Skarner balanced. They do a rework, he sucks. They do another rework, he sucks. They finally add an on-hit stun, he doesn't suck, he's overpowered. But ask yourself, what champion would not be overpowered if they added an on-hit stun to them? In addition, they reduced his AP and AD scaling on Q by half. By half. Who does that? Who takes a champion and goes, I know this is your main nuke, but we're going to reduce your scaling on it by half. By half. Both of them. Why? It's not like he's got percent health damage. He can't build full tank. But you reduce his scaling by half? Why? This continues Riot's spontaneous change of heart. Before they announced the Ultimate Skins, they felt she had to be nerfed. After they announced the Ultimate Skin, suddenly Sona was way too weak and they have to help her out. Am I joking? Soraka is still OP as shit, only held in check by the fact that Morellonomicon and mages are OP as shit, and Morellonomicon is holding her down. If it wasn't for Morellonomicon, she'd be overpowered. So we expect Soraka nerfs after they nerf Morellonomicon, which will happen. You know, Riot can only hold out for so long before their favorite mage item gets nerfed this season, too. Before that is Will of the Ancients, Athene's Holy Grail, Zanya's Ring, Lichbane the other time. Tristana is being buffed. This is a competitive champion who is seeing competitive play who is being buffed. This reminds me back of in Season 3 when they buffed Tristana after she was already seeing competitive play. But this time they're buffing Tristana after she already sees onto Trundle. They're buffing Trundle because tanks are really hot right now. Think of all the tanks being played competitively. We've got Maokai. So Urgot's getting buffed. It's kind of actually a nice buff. They're still not going to let him bot lane because if a class of champions entered a lane and they were actually outperforming the champions that were meant to be in that lane, Riot jumps to action. Just like they've recently jumped to action when mages have started to take over top lane from bruisers after they nerfed all the MR itemization and then nerfed all the bruisers and tanks. Now what they've done is so Varus is getting a bug fix. Viker's seeing a little bit of bubs. Vi is seeing nerfs because Riot has yet to realize, okay? They have yet to realize that the warrior enchant is overpowered and undercost. So they just continue to nerf the champions that use it. This is continuing Riot's long, proud tradition of taking, that's a Freudian slip. They're taking. See, the joke is that Riot continuously takes tanks and forces them out of top lane to then give them buffs in the jungle. Gragas, Foley Bear, Xin Zhao, Shyvana. Oh, hey, here's Xin Zhao. Oh, what's that? They're buffing his AoE damage and they're buffing his early heal so he can jungle. Oh, because he's a jungle on the borderline of viability. Huh, that's weird. I thought he was a top laner. But, you know, he's a failed top laner. Long, proud tradition. Does he still kill himself to use his abilities? Oh, he does. Okay, he's useless. I thought they were going to buff his AP ratio. I guess not. This is the Kenny needed bubs item. Kenny needed bubs. Kenny is actually a champion with tons of viability due to his counterplay and skill. Oh, he has no skill cap and no counterplay. Okay, never mind. Tank items get an item. Tank items are good now, but only if you jungle. If you don't jungle, you still get shitty Sunfire Cape that's over nerfed. If you jungle, you get amazing, less costing Sunfire that does more damage over time, and it's amazing, and everybody loves it. This item is incredible, but you have to jungle to get it, so fuck you, top laners. Raptor Cloak gets buffed. Nobody notices. Wait, it hit a movement speed at passive? When did they add that? Is that new? ZZ Rod Portal gets buffed. This is actually an interesting one because this will now have the most resistances in the game. And it's actually an interesting concept. Now, I went into this earlier. This is actually a little bit more serious than I want. Typically, I won't get this serious in videos because you guys kind of don't have the expertise that I do because you haven't put your entire life into playing games. But generally speaking, when you want to push something, if you want to push something that's not a normal concept, for example, tanks split pushing. Well, tanks aren't going to split push normally. So why would they buy an item for split pushing? But if you make it a good item, also it happens to give you split pushing, much like Morello Namicon is a really good item. Also, it happens to buttfuck tanks. So if you make this a good item and it happens to bolster split pushing, this will start to be an item that people buy on tanks. Now, since this gives them most resistances in the game, this starts to look like an interesting item. Along with all these buffs, I think that ZZ-Rot might actually get built. And I know what you're saying. You're being oddly positive. Well, I'm always positive when good changes happen. I don't think I've ever been negative when good changes happen. I just think that very infrequently good changes happen. And that's why top lane is in the shithole right now. That's why mages are taking over. This is a good change. I was actually laughing at people that built Righteous Glory because it was such a bad item. Might not be a bad item anymore. Whatever. Continuing Riot's tradition of being schizophrenic on whether they want split pushing to be good or not, we buffed split pushing here, and then we nerfed split pushing down here. And then in addition to that, we buffed split pushing down here. And then we nerfed split pushing over here. Riot, we don't want you to not split push, maybe, but probably not. Sometimes. They are nerfing the jungle because junglers were not dominating the early game relentlessly anymore. They sometimes would spend time outside of the top brush. Riot really thinks a jungler's role of being the troll of the top brush, waiting for anybody to attack each other, is good for the game. They made Gromp buff scale with percent bonus health, which means Scion is now going to be hitting you for 270 magic damage. That won't happen at high yellow because Scion won't be a good jungler. But low yellow, man. Low yellow. Yeah. 270. That's about a good number. That's 4,400. That's 4,400 health he would have to have. And then this does 270 damage. Okay. I mean, this is good too. These are both good changes. Nothing really to say about them. That's it. Oh, and here we see Battle Bikini Predator Kali, continuing Riot's long, proud tradition of every female champion needs battle bikinis. And I know what you're going to say, Akali's normal skin is a battle bikini, but I actually don't remember Predator fighting in a battle bikini. I could be wrong, but I remember Arnold fighting a dangerous alien coming from another planet that tried to kill you. Not a sexy ninja that tried to seduce him. Although that would make for a very interesting porno. That's it. Interesting changes, the actual interesting ones. This one, Azir 1v5 might be back. This one, Nidalee will no longer be just brutalizing tanks late game for stepping on a trap. This one, Scion kinda getting the hammer here. Unjustly. This one, because 2 damage. 2 damage. Not actually this one. This one because I'm having severe deja vu right now. I swear to God, I've seen this before. Tristana getting buffed when she's already competitive. Am I crazy? We've seen this before. Trundle. We might see something like Boots, ZZ, or no, Boots, Blade of the Ruined King, Frozen Heart, Spirit Visage, Omen, ZZ Rot. This, we might start seeing top lane Urgot. Not 100% on that. I'm like 20% on that. Very not sure, but the mere fact that he might start seeing play top lane is interesting enough. Then obviously mega cheap Sunfire Cape that's better than Sunfire Cape and also it's less expensive. And ZZ Rod giving 60 armor and magic resist. Those are your interesting buffs. So there you go. Oh, and the Kalista nerfs. I can't seem to find them. Hold on. Oh, okay. Huh. Page must be bugged. I can't find the Kalista changes. Hold on. Let me try it. Nope. It's going. Yep, that seems to be the only mention of her name. Let's try Spirit of Vengeance. Nope. Bullshit? No. OP fucker? Nope. What about that ranged carry who has more armor than Trundle for no reason? Oh, no, okay. That ranged carry who is tankier than Jax? No, okay. Okay, no mention of Kalista. They'll probably hotfix in the Kalista nerfs here later. Because surely Riot wouldn't allow a ranged carry to be that overpowered and that permaban for more than a month. I think. Okay, so that's all. That's all I got. See you guys later.